Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson, channeling the Man in the Moon. I want to announce I will be making a second channel. The second channel will have more of the trance channeling and the past life regression work that I do, along with a few other things. Whereas the channel that I already have will be Moonride, will be a little bit more on the political side. I want to let everybody know that I do all those things. I still do the psychic work, and I still do the past life regression work, which is called Healing Hypnosis on my website, and I still do trance channeling for people as well as shamanic work. So check a look at my website if you are interested in those. Today I am going to take a look at all of these old wounds. I've just found that having emerged from the past couple of years, maybe 6 years, I the danger seems to be a little bit less, but I still have a lot of heaviness that I'm carrying around, a lot of sadness, a lot of, frankly, wounds. And I'm going to ask in this trance channeling session how you can work with these wounds and help them to heal. So before this program, I did a lot of work to prepare, by the way. This involves pyramids and putting love in the pyramid and standing in it. Hmm. And just to let you guys know, it's like a stairway. It's like I'm going upstairs and I get to a landing. It's kind of the stairway to heaven. I go up the stairs, I get to a landing, I kind of have a feeling I'm moving up. And now another set of stairs has shown up. I walk up those stairs. Interestingly enough, the stairs become more transparent this time as I climb up closer to meet Spirit. Okay, so I'm gonna ask who will help us heal our wounds? So, Anorakid, this character looks a bit like sort of Egyptian character. I know there's the Egyptian god of the dead. I think it's Osiris, but it also kind of looks like Moses. Just say he. I'm not sure even if what the gender is. I don't think that matters. Oh, okay. You can we can use the word Osiris for this character. It just not necessarily what you think of the god of the dead sounds bad. It's not. It's not that. It's just it's like a big O. If you think of that continuous circle. Okay, Osiris, how do we heal these wounds? This trance channeling work, I really have to sort of step aside a little bit. I'm not leaving my body per se. I'm just giving space for spirit to speak. Hmm. We are the collective. Dave is calling us Osiris, but we could go by any name that makes you feel comfortable. It's a sort of a meaning that is all and everything, as well as those residing more often on the other side of the veil. We offer you our advice here, and we will be offering help again for other situations. You need to know that it can be that all of these problems are solved one way or another. There is a way to approach virtually anything from a spiritual perspective and heal. In this case, you are smarting from the ruins of political and social changes involving your planet. It's not just political and social changes, it is a spirit, a sort of gestalt, if you will, that is shifting. It is shifting the, let's call it, environment around you, and you are all experiencing it. It may feel like you are being pulled apart at some times. We would suggest that this ultimately will be a good thing, but presently you are still trying to figure out how to put things back together. It is not necessarily time to completely put things back together. Things are still in flux and they are still shifting. One bit of advice we would ask is that you accept the fact that things are shifting dramatically and that this is not the time to have a perfect cohesive answer to all questions. We would just suggest that you accept the shift and trust us when we tell you things are going the way that they must go. It will ultimately make sense, but it will be some time before it is clear what is happening now. For many of you, it will not be clear for 12 years. That is the shift that occurs now. So, as the shift occurs, we would like to let you know that there is a necessity for you to bring healing to many moments over time. It is going to be very stressful for you if you stay on this plane where you continue to take in all of the energies of the earth. It is not going to be easy if you continue just to take it all in without some kind of actions that involve healing and grounding. Again, we would like to point out that this has its benefits. The shift in what is happening now is an essential one because that movement, that change, ensures that everyone moves in a particular direction. Everybody moves towards healing in one way or another. You may say, but some people are not moving towards healing. Even the movement away from healing is, in some sense, a movement towards the healing, for the moving away will eventually yield the opposite. We speak to you as those who have no judgment over the behaviors of humans on Earth. People learn, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. It is unwise to judge another because it is certain that every one of you is working on something important right now. It is also true that some people are, for now, turning away, but it is not possible that this will happen forever. Everyone comes back to spirit in the end. It might be they return to lifetimes to continue to learn, but everyone will come to the place of total awareness and understanding. In between lives, everyone goes to this place, although it does take some people a little bit more time to find the light. We will show you something very useful. It is a visual practice. It does not displace other practices. Any practice that grounds you and allows you to accept change, any practice that calms you and prevents you from taking personal responsibility for all of the things that happen around you, any event which brings you to a community of people who will help you ground the energy of what is taking place right now will be useful. We will also show you a trick in the meantime for how you can do this on your own at any time. As you know, if you watch Dave's videos, we are fond of symbols like the pyramid. We would ask that you use the pyramid now. Simply picture one. Picture a pyramid. Put it over your head and make certain that it is large enough to fit you all the way down to your feet and even under your feet. As you reside in this pyramid, bring in love, anything that looks like love, anything that is kindness, kindness that you've observed, a kindness that you've experienced from another, a kindness that you have offered to another. Bring them in. If you suppose no one has been kind to you, look a little bit deeper. It may be that current events have made you forget the kindnesses of others. Now is a time to be reminded of them. As you picture this, also within this pyramid, picture a perfect circle inside the pyramid which touches each of the sides. And as you picture this pyramid and the circle inside it, focus the energy of love into the circle. You are sitting in the middle of the circle. Let it be refracted off of the sides. That is, let the pyramid stand as a sort of holder for the circle. The pyramid increases the power of the circle of love. Remember, the circle is a symbol. It's a symbol of love, which goes on forever and ever and ever. Place yourself here. May be useful to ask for healing from any guides that guide you. If you have not made contact yet with your guides, it is not a bad idea now to ask for those guides to show up and concentrate love into the circle. That is, they stand on the outside of the pyramid and with their own magic push the energy through the sides of the pyramids into the circle which contains you. You may also think of people who have passed from the lifetime that you are living, who truly loved you. They may also stand outside of the circle, outside of the pyramid. Now, just let the love in. You do not need to do anything. Just be. Just exist. Dispense with any self-criticism. Dispense with any idea that you are doing this work incorrectly, for you are not. All people are capable of this work. Everyone who's watching can do this. And as you let the concentration of love fill the circle and fill you up as you sit in the circle, notice anything that's not useful, especially some self-criticisms. If you find that you often criticize yourself, even for silly things, it is time to cut such cords. Think for a moment of some criticism that you have against yourself, especially if it is continuous. Ask yourself the true origin of such self-criticism. Who gave that to you? Where did it start? For virtually all of you, it will start at a time before you were well aware of the world. It started at a time when you did not know the answer to a present question. Whatever took place was merely there to teach you something. You did not arrive on this planet knowing everything. It is natural that you would learn from a mistake. There is no more. Imagine a string between yourself and your criticism. That string may lead to the first time you felt embarrassed, criticized. Bring in anyone you can, any helping spirit, anyone who has passed that loves you, anyone that shows up, and ask them to cut the cord. It may take a moment for someone to arrive, especially if you're new at this, but that is okay. Bring them in. They may appear with a pair of scissors, or a giant pair of scissors, or even a tornado. It does not matter. Whatever spirit is aligned with you now, which shows love for you and no contempt, is appropriate. It does not matter if it looks like a cartoon character or your third grade school teacher. Let them appear to help. Let them cut the connection between you and that time you were embarrassed. Let them cut the connection between you and the time you were first ashamed. Let them cut the connection between you and the idea or the feeling that you are somehow responsible for the events around your life. These events are things which are happening. They may be there to teach you something, but that is all. The events around your life are not your fault, as it were. Picture such events. Allow them to be just what they are. There may also be a cord here. Ask Spirit to cut that connection. Can bring in virtually any unpleasant memory, any unpleasant experience, and let that be a cord which can be cut. Take your time with this. There may be 100 cords. Allow the agent, that is Spirit, to cut all of these cords. There is no hurry to do this. As the cords are cut, let them fade, let them go off into space and disappear. Now we would ask that you stand in the beautiful refracted light. The light may appear to you as a sort of rainbow, as is cast from a crystal. Light may appear to you as a golden light. Let that light into your heart. From your heart, let it spread throughout the body. Let it go to any portions of your body that seem dark or heavy. And take your time here. There is no hurry. You may be surprised at the places where the hurt lies. Take your time. Memories of past experiences may come up. Let spirit heal them. And then, just as with the chords, let them go. No, the bird is not accidental. The bird is here for a reason, like a messenger. If the messenger for you is an animal spirit, so much the better. Let its love heal you. Let what shows up heal you. Release all of the toxins and heaviness. Let it go as the light expands from your heart to your hands, from your heart to your feet, your heart to your head. Let the light expand and push out any heaviness that exists there. Embrace this light. If there's any judgment about how you could be doing this wrong, is just a reflection of past judgments. Let it go. Kindly ask it to leave, if only for another time. This is, of course, a trick. You don't ever need to go back to these issues, but just say for now, I will not think about this. It is time for me to heal. And in this feeling, remember, you deserve this. You can access this anytime you want. Healing is always available. You just need to give yourself a short amount of time to practice it. If there are any cruelties you are remembering right now, this is organic. Look at these cruelties and ask that they be healed as well. The bird repeats, just as it is repeated often, the same wound is opened again and again. It may be that what is bothering you now is really a reflection, a refraction of a past hurt. There is nothing wrong with viewing that past hurt right now and seeing it for what it is and letting this golden light heal it. Spend as much time in this healing place as you wish. You may pause the video if that is helpful and continue this process. Now we will ask that you do a final focusing of this light, a final taking in as you wish. You may see an image of a great healer. This could come in any form. It could be an animal, or a guide, or even a heavenly body. Let the healing continue. Embrace the healing and the figure in the healing. If you wish, you may say thank you, but this is more for you. They are always there, don't need to be thanked, but it is useful for you because you can put a closure on it, because it makes the healing a complete circle. One other thing you may do to Complete this action is do some kindness for another today. It could be someone you know or a stranger. It does not have to be dramatic. It can be very simple and quick and subtle. That is the ideal way to thank the universe because it completes the circle and it sends the love around and around until everyone on the planet feels this healing. But it should be simple. It does not need to take all of your time. If this occurs today, if you find someone that could use just a little bit of love, notice it. Notice how you feel after you have given it, and you will understand how spirit feels when it helps to heal you. But now we will begin to end this transmission. Go with the understanding that love is always there. It is just our task sometimes to find a way to reach it. Peace be with you. Okay, everyone, I'm still a little bit there. So, collecting my human consciousness again. That was something very special. Again, if you are interested, take a look at my website and what I offer. There are some new things like shamanic groups online that I'm offering, and also channeling classes, which I did not mention before. Thanks so much for watching.